Hey guys, before we get started with this video, I would just like to say if you're enjoying my content, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and give that notification bell a big ol' smack for me. It helps the channel out a lot. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Reading Your Comments. This is episode number 17. Holy mackerel, has it been a long time. This seems to be a trend all the time in this series, that only, one episode comes out a year or something. It's not that bad, but you know what I mean. It takes a long time. And the reason for that is because, well, this series doesn't do as well as my trolling videos do, so naturally, I focus more on trolling, because, this is not going to get as many views as a trolling video would, so, but still, I'm not going to abandon this series. I am going to update it every once in a while, but I don't mean to wait this long. The last episode came out on August 10th. That's when Reading Your Comments 16 came out. This should be coming out on December 5th. That's a bit ridiculous, Barney. I think you need to give this series more attention than that. But anyways, today we are playing Murder Mystery 2 on camera today. I actually don't play this game that often. So if there's any pro Murder Mystery 2 players watching this video, don't expect too much out of me, okay? Do not expect me to be any good, alright? So, cringe at my bad game skills stuff. Yes, that was good English. Anyways, without any further ado, let's jump right into this, shall we? Why are they all headless or have some type of aesthetic username? This person's talking about, the cafe workers that I troll. Why are they all, headless and stuff? Honestly, I don't know. You would have to ask them, and I actually did once. I did ask, why are you guys all headless? And the answer I got was, well, it's a trend. It's a trend to be headless. I mean, I don't really understand it. I don't think I ever will. But, hey, if that's what makes them happy, then so be it. It's not hurting anybody. It may hurt them because, they don't have a brain, but it's not hurting anyone else. So, if that's what they want to do, then so be it. Who cares? Imagine you wake up in the middle of the night, about to get kidnapped, screaming, and the first thing the kidnapper says is, "Warning 1, abusing caps." Terrifying. I mean, you would have to abuse caps in that situation, because you have to scream. But of course, caps lock is kind of taboo in these games. So, but you gotta, admit that if you were in a real-life cafe and you were screaming your head off, you probably would get kicked out of there too. So it's not entirely stupid that they do that, but still, it's a game, But at the same time, it also gives us an easy way to troll them. So do you really want them to remove that rule? Think of it that way, trollers. The way he laughs just sounds so chaotic. Chaotic? I've heard quite a few words to describe my laugh before, but that's a new one. Chaotic. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to mean, but I think I have a basic idea of what you're saying. You're basically saying it's crazy, and you wouldn't be wrong, because I laugh a lot, if you couldn't already tell. I laugh quite a bit. I read somewhere that laughing actually helps to tone your abs. If that's the case, how come I don't have a 6-pack already? Shouldn't I have, maybe even an 8-pack? Shouldn't I have an 8-pack set of abs by now, if laughing is supposed to tone your abs? Come on, science! Why don't you work? All I want for Christmas is this man's laugh. I'm not sure about that, because you're also gonna get broken science on top of that, because it's not gonna help you get a 6-pack of abs. I'm still mad at science for this. I may one day hire a scientist to figure out a way to make laugh workouts. If, I become rich, then I could hire a scientist to figure out how to make laugh workouts. Because then, I'll be the buffest guy ever. Actually, I don't know if I'd want to be buff, because, I've seen pictures of really buff dudes, and they look kind of gross. I'm sorry. I claim fourth. By the way, I think they should make a troller rank so experienced trollers can do the trolling section instead of workers, because it's stupid. So basically, in essence, the idea that you are proposing is that groups make a troller rank for trollers, so that when they're in trainings, trying to train their workers on how to deal with trollers, an actual troller will do the trolling simulation so that, they can actually do the trolling right. Number one, I don't think cafe games will ever in a million years implement something like that. And number two, wouldn't something like that work to our disadvantage? Because then workers are gonna be better at dealing with trollers, because the advantage we have right now is that, you know, cafe admins don't know how to troll. All they really know how to do is spam rat, and not much more than that. So, you know, the cafe trainees, when they actually go out into the cafes, they're not prepared for us, because they go in there thinking that we're so basic. But if they're trained in knowing that we're, you know, not all of us are that basic, then they're going to be prepared for that. Don't you think that would work against us? It was a good idea, though. I just don't think it would work because, like I said, number one, I don't think cafe games would ever do that. And number two, if they did, that would work against us. See what I mean? I just watched this at 2 times speed and only noticed halfway through the video. You were watching one of my videos at 2 times speed? I wonder what my laugh sounded like at 2 times speed, because already my laugh is weird, so having it at 2 times speed is probably even weirder. Oh gosh, I gotta experiment with this. Yeah, I sound like a goblin or something. I don't know what exactly to compare that to, but it wasn't normal. Whatever it was. Hi is a bad word in my language. Bacon language. Also, Barney, showing timestamps when I said the word hi. Hey. I'm above the rules. I don't need to follow the rules. I have authority and I have power, so that means I don't need to follow the rules, okay? I am, cool. And since I am certified cool, I am allowed to say the word hi, okay? Get that through your skulls, people! The admins don't just fear him. He's their worst nightmare. I wonder if, cafe admins ever in their real lives, like, ever had nightmares about trollers. Like, all jokes aside, I wonder if that's ever happened. Like a cafe admin after a long day of, you know, doing whatever they do online, then they go to sleep at night in real life, and then they have a nightmare about being trolled in a game. I wonder if that's ever happened. I wonder. If there's any cafe admins out there that actually have, do let us know. Although I wouldn't blame you if you wouldn't tell us, because I don't know if I would be too quick to share something like that if that ever happened to me. So I wouldn't blame you if you chose not to, you know, make that public. Barney, you should make a cafe trolling guide. And I responded saying, that's an interesting idea. Maybe I'll make something like that on my second channel. Thanks for the suggestion. I have thought about making guides to trolling before. I've also thought about making, like, guides on how to be a YouTuber before, because next summer, I am going to be having my 10-year anniversary of being a YouTuber. So, I've been on this platform for almost 10 years. I think I know a thing or two about being a YouTuber. So, maybe I could make, you know, a guide for new and upcoming YouTubers, you know what I mean? That would probably be something on my second channel, because I don't think a series like that would fly over here. I mean, this series barely makes it on this channel, let alone something different, you know what I mean? This channel's all about trolling, so, you know what I mean? So, yeah, make sure to check out my second channel, by the way. The link to that can be found in the description below. I'm not as active over there, but I do make other kinds of content over there, so make sure to check that out. The order properly never gets old. Anyways, Barney, happy Thanksgiving, because this was on the Thanksgiving video. Never gets old. Duh. It's never gonna get old. I think I've said this before, but if I ever do make merch for this channel, one of the things I'm definitely gonna make is, order properly merch, because I just feel like that's a requirement. Like, imagine, like, wait, hold on. Order properly t-shirts and stuff, or like phone cases or mugs, or just order properly stuff in general. Imagine that as like a clock. That'd be awesome. A order properly clock. Like somebody has a clock in their bedroom that says order properly. Okay, alright, I'm gonna stop that before I break my microphone. I'm surprised I haven't broke it already. Trolling idea. get banned at some cafe, and then come back with a really similar username and act sus so the person thinks you're back from the ban, and then turn nice and act like a victim if the worker calls an admin. That actually sounds like a good idea. There's just one problem. Chat logs. So if I act suspicious or sus, call it what you will, the admin can see that in chat logs. So I would have to be very smart about it, where I'm acting suspicious, but not suspicious enough for them to, like, say, okay, yeah, that's the same person. Although then again, if I have a similar username, they'll probably connect the dots. Like, admins aren't as stupid as people think, guys. Honestly, Barney, you should do more fan meetings at Frappe. So, for those unaware, I used to go to Frappe on my main account sometimes to meet fans, but I don't do that as much anymore, and that's why this person's saying I should do that more often. Now, the reason why I don't do that as much anymore is because, when I, go in there and meet people, a lot of times I get idolized. And a lot of people would like that, being idolized and all that. I actually don't. I actually don't like being treated like I'm perfect and can do no wrong, like I'm some kind of like godly figure that's like so much higher than everybody else. I don't really like being treated like that because I'm not that high and mighty, and I'm not saying that to humble brag. I'm just telling you the truth. That's just how I feel. Not to say that I don't like meeting fans. That's just why I haven't done it as much lately, because it does get kind of tiring being treated like that all the time, believe it or not. So I don't do it as often anymore. I like being treated like I'm a regular human being just like everybody else. I'm okay with people respecting my work. In fact, that's what I like. I like when people respect my work, they respect what I stand for, but I don't really care for being treated like I'm better than anybody else, you know what I mean? Or treated like I'm above anyone else, you know what I'm saying? So, that's kind of the whole thing. But you know what? Maybe I should go back and give it another whirl, I feel like the way you talk in your trolling also gives it away. Like the words you use. Also your avatar. I think what she's talking about is like, what gives away the fact that I'm me when I'm on my alt accounts. Like that happens so often. Like when I'm on alt accounts and I'm recording and people recognize me. Now I think one of the problems is that I use the same accounts. That's, probably the biggest thing. But also the fact that I use grammar apparently is a thing, because like, apparently people, when they troll and they use grammar while doing it, a lot of times get accused of being me. I've actually heard that quite a bit from you guys, that when you're using grammar at Frappe or any other place, people think you're me. And that's kind of weird, because it's like, am I really like the only person that uses grammar when trolling? Really? Okay, I guess. But I think the main thing is just that I use the same accounts. I really should make some more alt accounts. But the problem is then I would have to wait like 30 days for them to get old enough to, bypass the things that these games have to prevent new accounts from joining. Hey Barney, where are most of your fans from? That's actually a very good question, and I think YouTube Studio does have an option that allows me to see the answer to that. Let me actually check that really quick. Yes, it does. So if we go to YouTube Studio and go to the Audience tab, we can look at a bunch of different things. We can look at watch time from subscribers. Wow, 54% of you aren't subscribed. What are you 54% doing? Hit that subscribe button already, you knuckleheads! Hit that subscribe button! We can look at age and gender, and it looks like most of you guys are guys. So that's a thing. Now over here is what we're looking for. Top geographies. So let's go ahead and click see more here. And this is in the last 28 days. So, it looks like the United States reigns supreme on the most people watching this YouTube channel. So about half of my views in the last 28 days came from America. Whereas you go down to the United Kingdom, which has the silver medal, at 11.3%. So it's not even close, guys. The United States is running away with that award. But then number 3 goes to Canada. You have Australia, the Philippines. There's a lot of countries on here, man. This is interesting that there's that many people from all across the world. Although, realistically speaking, it's mostly the United States. Because then you go down, like I said, to the UK, and it's not even close. So it's just like a few people from each of these countries, you know what I mean? But I can't help but wonder, what is my lifetime geographics here? So let's take a look at this. Lifetime. So this is nearly 10 years worth of YouTube. So this is from June 17th, 2012 to December 3rd, 2021. And it looks like the United States has an even bigger lead in that category. So over half of my lifetime views come from the United States, which, by the way, we recently hit 5 million total hits. Thank you guys so much for that. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Then we have the United Kingdom, which has just about 500,000 views from the United Kingdom. Then we have Canada at 224,000. Then there's a huge gap between Canada and the Philippines. You have Australia, which is surprisingly under the Philippines, which is interesting. Then you have Indonesia, Malaysia, Brazil, all those other countries. Let's see how far down it goes. Wow, there's people from Vietnam even? Wow. Let's see. Wow, look at that. Okay, yep. And there's Japan, Austria. Wow, there's a lot of nations. But of course, the grand majority comes from, you know, the United States. So that doesn't really surprise me, to be honest with you. But anyway, yeah, that is the answer to that question. When you kicked the teapot and actually put a glass-breaking sound effect, I laughed so hard. I actually get my sound effects from Epidemic Sound. I've said this before. I've actually started even putting, the names of the tracks that I use in my videos in the descriptions. Because, I really feel like YouTubers need to know where to get good sound effects and music. And for me, that's Epidemic Sound. But of course, I also get some from Kevin Macleod. You'll notice I use some of his music in this very video. So if you want to know the music tracks that I use, check the descriptions and you'll be able to see them. But as I've mentioned previously, if you want to use Epidemic Sound's music, you do need a license from them, which costs 15 USD a month. So, if you can't afford that, then, you're going to get copyright claimed if you use their music. Not a copyright strike, but a copyright claim. So it won't add a strike to your channel. You'll just have, revenue going to them on your videos. Ads playing with revenue going to them. But if you're okay with that, then hey, you can use their music, I guess. But you can monetize your videos, so I can make money off of videos that have their music in it because I have a license. So, hey, it's a pretty nifty little thing. I used to work there, but I got demoted for serving customers toilet water. You were serving them toilet water? Jeez. That reminds me of a time when I was trolling at Panda Express, if you guys remember that group. And I went up to the workers and said, hey, I ordered like 3 tons of toilet paper from this company and it never got delivered. I want my money back. Now, this was before the pandemic, so this was before the whole, toilet paper wars where everybody was, going after toilet paper and, clearing supermarket shelves with toilet paper. So this was just me coming up with this on my own. And I would go in there and say, I ordered 3 tons of toilet paper. And they say, sir, this is a restaurant. And I'd say, well, this is Panda Express, right? So doesn't that mean you're a delivery company? So I ordered 3 tons of toilet paper to get delivered. And then they're like, dude, this is a restaurant, not a place to order toilet paper. That was a very old trolling video from 2019. I was just watching it last night. It was great. What if Barney did vlogs and trolled at actual real-life cafes? That has real-world consequences. I don't think he would do that. Yeah, Rick Astley Barney, you hit it right on the money. That has real-world consequences. If you're trolling at a cafe game on the internet, the worst thing that's gonna happen to you is you're gonna get permanently banned from the game. But so what? You can use an alt account to bypass it, right? Who cares? Whereas in real life, if you get banned from a cafe, there's no alt accounts you can use. But then someone may use the argument, oh, well, what if you don't care about going back to that cafe? Well, still, what if they were to, call the police on me or something, I don't know what this cafe may do, sometimes, when we, abuse caps in game, the real-world equivalent would be screaming in a real-world place. And like I mentioned earlier in this video, I don't think that would be a good idea to do, because you'd probably get kicked out, and, the police may get called on that. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they called the police if somebody was screaming at the top of their lungs inside of a coffee shop, Yeah, no, I don't think so. Maybe one day I would do something maybe ordering disgusting things, and then when I'm told to leave, I'll just leave, But I don't think I'd want to do that. Yeah, no, actually, I don't think I'll ever do that, because I don't want to risk real-world consequences, like Rick Astley Barney was just saying. Wow, I'd never expect Barney to know Xbox addictions. Of course I know who Xbox Addictions is. He's another trolling YouTuber. Now, for those who don't know who he is, like I said, he's another trolling YouTuber, but not on Roblox. He, like me, has been on this platform for almost 10 years, maybe even longer. But he makes trolling content on Xbox, as his name suggests. And he would do, like, Minecraft trolling, GTA 5 trolling, like 1v1s against angry kids, trolling angry kids in Minecraft. That's what he would do. And you know, I always credit Sky Does Minecraft and Albert for being my inspirations to trolling. But you know, now that I think about it, I think Xbox Addictions was another one. So you guys can thank him for inspiring me as well. Make sure to check out his channel. It's really funny. You are J&G Jr. Not gonna lie, you're better than Flamingo. Keep up the good work. That's not the first time that I've been compared to people like Jake and Albert. And I think the reason for that is because of, you know, the fact that we're trollers and we both use our voices. Because a lot of trollers don't use their voices. They use text-to-speech and all that. But, hey, you know, maybe I am as funny as them. Who knows? Well, you guys seem to say so. I don't think I am, but you guys say so, which is quite flattering. But I really don't agree with that. I think I'm good at what I do. By no means am I saying I'm a bad YouTuber, but I don't think I am at the level of Jake and Albert. Those guys are on levels of their own, guys. Like, they are, I can't even think of words to describe them. They are very talented. That's what I'm trying to say here. So, I mean, I appreciate it, but I really don't think I'm as good as those guys. But anyway, guys, I think that's where I'm gonna call it off for today. I know it's been a while since I added on to this series, but hopefully it won't be too long before the next one. I guess it really depends on how well this video does, if it's able to hold its own, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, these videos don't do anywhere near as good as the trolling videos do, so naturally, my main focus is on trolling. But anyway, if you want a chance to be featured in the next Reading Your Comments video, then leave a comment. It's as simple as that. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and as always, please do not send hate to anybody featured in this video. At the end of the day, well, nobody's doing jobs except me, actually. Usually I say everybody's doing their jobs, but I'm the only one doing my job here today. I'm the only one who's doing a job here. So, yeah, just don't send hate in general, okay? Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.